We got leaks and delays, some new games, and even more digital events. I'm Unlucky TZP, and welcome to GNN. Alright, so kicking it off, PlayStation gave us our first look at the box art for the upcoming PS5 game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. The box art features a white stripe instead of the PS4's blue and sports a PlayStation Studios logo. Other than that, it basically looks the same as the PS4 cases. Next up, we have a few more delays to go over, and we're going to start with the Mafia Definitive Edition. The game's been delayed to September 25th. It was originally scheduled for August 28th, but due to the ongoing pandemic, the devs need more time to be able to make the game the best it could possibly be. To make it up to fans, they're showing off an extended look at the game on July 22nd, with insight from Hangar 13 Games president, Hayden Blackman. Now, if you remember last week, we reported that Crysis Remastered was actually getting a delay. Well, this week, Crysis updated us on Twitter saying Crysis Remastered for the Nintendo Switch is still slated for July 23rd. My guess is that the remaster for the Switch version is the best possible game it can already be, so there's no harm in releasing it early, while the others need to be improved upon. Moving on, we got some other games that kind of dropped out of the blue, and I'm gonna do my best to go over a few of them. So getting into it, Crash Bandicoot is actually getting an auto runner. It's called Crash Bandicoot on the Run, and it looks like a standard auto runner, kind of like Temple Run. I mean, it has bosses, it's got some new skins and new levels. You can pre-register for the game on the Android and iOS store, and it releases April 23rd. I mean, the game looks pretty fun if you like auto runners. Next up, Temmie Chang, best known for her work on Undertale as the artist and also the little Temmie dogs, has released a new free game. It's called Dweller's Empty Path, and it kind of has like an old school vibe to it. The game was made in RPG Maker and is entirely free to download, so I highly recommend checking it out. Next up, Nintendo Switch Online added 3 new games to the service. They added Natsume Championship Wrestling and The Immortal, which, you know, it's fine, whatever, Nintendo. But they managed to balance it out when Nintendo added Donkey Kong Country. They even followed up the announcement with a few secrets that the game has to offer, which I think is super rad. Finally, Jeff Keighley released what he calls an interactive storybook that details Valve's past decade of video game development. The game goes over the development of Half-Life Alyx from concept to delivery and everything else that happened at Valve during the time. Check it out on Steam. And finally, for the last bit of news, we're covering even more digital events. What if E3 just never ended? So first on the list, Nintendo Treehouse held a live event to show off even more of Paper Mario the Origami King. The event showed off battles in greater detail and even went over some of the story, but not too much, it didn't spoil anything. They ended the presentation with a brand new Switch exclusive game by WayForward. So you guys ever heard of Bakugan? Well, let me give you a quick history lesson. Bakugan is a Japanese-Canadian anime that had a toy line that contained spherical spring-loaded miniatures that would roll out and pop open. Anyways, we're getting a Bakugan game. I don't know who wanted this. It's probably 20 years too late, but it's by WayForward. So that's cool. It looks bad.
This is the energy.
It looks bad.
This is the energy that's gonna give you what you want.
It looks bad, Amanda. Next, Limited Run Games held a digital event that featured over 30 games getting physical copies. Also, the audience of the presentation was cardboard cutouts, which was kind of amazing. I'm personally excited for Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, Bug Fables The Everlasting Sapling, Castlevania Anniversary Collection, Demon Turf, Shantae, the original Game Boy Color version, and so much more. I highly recommend you go check out the full presentation in the description below. Finally, we end on the Devolver Digital Direct. If you guys have never seen a Devolver Direct, I highly recommend checking them out because they're just off the wall, and this one was no exception. They showed off a ton of new games, but the ones I'm excited for are Shadow Warrior 3, it's like a FPS mix between Sekiro and Doom, and Serious Sam 4, Planet Badass. It's just more fun Serious Sam content. And to end the show, we have games that released this week. F1 2020 puts you in the cockpit of a Formula 1 car. Take to the track as your favorite driver as you create your team, customize your career, and race your way to the top. F1 2020 even includes a split screen mode so you can race against your friends. Indie Creates is back with more retro goodness. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 features an 8-bit aesthetic, but keeps the multiple scenario structure of the previous title. Meet a brand new cast of characters as you whip and slash your way through the demons. So that's going to be it for GNN. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now that you're all caught up, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.